So I'm going to very quickly kick this off. As we know, Wada, we've been around 2+ years now, and every single person in this network is so very appreciated. We are going places. We keep evolving. So when it comes to who we are in terms of our mission, between ourselves, we know that we are a network. A network that lifts one another up in terms of the emerging technology that is coming. Web3, we have distributed ledger technology or blockchain, artificial intelligence, and automation. There has been the first industrial revolution, the second, the third, and we believe that we're entering into the fourth revolution. And each of us here, because of the passion that we have for Africa and the fact that sometimes, we've been left out of a lot of prior revolutions. We feel that we have to create this network to support one another, to make sure that we enter very boldly into the 21st century. So that is who we are as a group. In terms of what we, our value to Africa, and also to the world, that is something that we are figuring out. Because as we all know, each and every participant in our network, whether they are an individual, whether they are a hub, a physical hub or a virtual hub, is autonomous, independent. We come with our strengths, and together, it makes us even stronger. So basically, we are coming together as a network, but we're also offering a service to the world. Because we are all autonomous, independent, in different communities, in different countries, sometimes it becomes very difficult to tell the story of what we actually offer to the world as a single sort of product. So that's something that we have been thinking about, and we've been thinking through and figuring out. And that's a message that we are still fine-tuning. And hopefully during our next quarter, we will talk a bit more about that. That will be in April. As we know, we have 3 pillars that we strongly stand on because, we come to our communities, and electricity and internet is just such a tough thing to navigate. Because of that, as we know, we began to create these physical structures. And I think that so far, it just doing that, what we've done with some of the funding that we've received from Catalyst has just quite literally blown us out in terms of how the competition looks like. Because not a lot of people are paying attention to creating these spaces where young people can meet. Hopefully they can have a consistent electricity, consistent internet. And sometimes, in times that we haven't been able to supply that, we have, we've given some stipend in terms of internet for people to buy data and things like that. So, as Africa, is going, trying to develop, we know about digital transformation. Governments are trying to solve this problem in terms of electricity and internet, because without that, there's pretty little that we can do in the world that we are entering. So that's also a priority for a lot of the organizations and governments in Africa. But what we are doing right now, obviously, is making sure that we are at least able to support these hubs and create that space. Knowledge. If we don't know what we don't know, so that is something that we do as well. We create the access both for ourselves to deliver that message and awareness, but also we create room for others to come in. As we know, so far we've been working with Cardano, with Catalyst. A lot of the stuff that we've been doing so far is very heavily focused on Cardano, because they are giving us the funding. They want to enter Africa. We create that access for them, and it's a win-win as long as they are reputable blockchain. When it comes to dApps, which is the third pillar in our, in our 3 pillars, when we started, we realized that dApps was everything. as we are evolving, we're beginning to realize that it goes even beyond dApps. You know, people are bringing all kinds of ideas, innovation, so many things. So we are also evolving with that, in the sense that our third pillar, we are thinking more businesses, we are thinking more, whether it's NGOs, whether it is whatever it is, that is what we are beginning to see. That's not just dApps, but also, how do we actually impact our communities? So, the dApps sort of, we're thinking that we will, that's something that we can probably change to innovation, because people are just doing amazing things. So those are our 3 pillars. As I said, with this sort of new space, every time our message is evolving, and I need to tell everyone here, please don't be afraid to figure out who you are serving in your communities, and also if the message needs to change, if you need to adapt. One thing that is constant is change. So yeah, I think that is all for me. Again, welcome everybody. Very, very humbled and happy to have you all here. Cheers.